Alright, yeah, and if you can just give me a little sound sample here.
Yo,
Okay, I
need more of a
think...
sample.
Yeah, maybe a bit more. Is that actually going through even?
I don't know. Is it going through?
Yep, you're going through. Okay, so I'm probably a little bit louder than you at the moment. I'm going to turn myself... I can't actually turn you up. I can turn you up a little bit. Let's do that. Okay. I think we're good to start then. As soon as players are readied up. Alright, so this is a Tournament of Stars Division A match between... oh, are these players on the wrong side? I think... Hold on. Which team is which team? I think EMP might be Team 1. Yeah, EMPYREON is supposed to be Team 1. Not that it matters on the first drop.
I switched them. It's fine.
Okay, great. Alright, so this is Therax. Joining me on the cast is Nate. We've got a match here between EMPYREON and Gatos. Well, Triple G. It's the Sky Rangers of Terra is the overall unit and team name that they've gone under in the past. Tournament of Stars Division A match here, Week 1. So we're starting off the 1v1 in Trial Mechs as soon as the players are ready. Both players are going to be in the Trial Vapor Eagle with the 1 ERPC, 2 LBX-10. And they're fighting on Liao Jungle, one of the Solaris maps. So EMP is the headliner here, undoubtedly. Multiple-time world championship winner of yesteryears. They've been non-active as a team for the past, 3 years now? Something like that. Now they've, I guess, gotten the band back together to an extent. So...
Yeah, they came back a little bit in last CS, but they were combined.
Yeah,
228.
some of their players have been active in comp for a while. Some of them haven't taken time off, but the team officially took time off, or retired, whatever you want to call it. I guess the retirement wasn't permanent. So we'll see if they've, as a team, if they can shake the rust off.
Adapted to the new meta.
Yeah, and the meta has shifted since the last time that they were playing competitive as a team. This is probably a warm-up for the upcoming World Championships, would be my guess. I'd expect that they will be playing in that if they're playing in this.
Can Listy have 1 to 2 minutes? He's asking. I'm not sure the rules.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
advisors anyway.
so we have several minutes available to players.
Even the 1v1s, is it 5 minutes still?
You know, I'm not overly familiar with the rulebook. I think that we do have time. I've got another match to cast after this, or I think Nate might be joining me for that too. So it'd be nice if the players came to the lobby ready to play, so we could try and get this done in an hour. But the other team has agreed. The other teams have agreed to delay if needed for up to a half hour. We'll see if we need it or not. But yeah, by the rulebook, the players will have several minutes available to them to get their mechs together, prepare themselves for playing. So yeah, EMP, for anyone who's been around comp for a while, that is a legendary team name. And it's good to see them coming back, at least some of their players, and participating in another competitive league.
Looks like Lizzie has really prepared for this.
Oh,
He's
well,
asking, hey, you know,
I imagine they'll figure it out fast, but there is a meta to this duel, and it's pretty simplistic though. Um, the mech has the two LBX-10s in the left torso, the one ERPPC in the right torso, and if you have the mech, it no longer has the heat capacity to fire that ERPPC. It's basically just dead
punching
mech
it.
walking. All right, gotta switch the
Both
scene
players ready.
over.
Get in the match.
Yeah,
Always check your check your overlays.
check the overlays. Well, unfortunately, one of the logos is not working today. There's a minor typo in the spreadsheet, and I am unable to fix it, apparently. I found out a few minutes before the match. I tried to figure it out. Didn't work. So, we're kicking things off here. Bringing up the mechs. Eon Synergy in the blue trunks fighting out of the left corner. And we've got Gray Fox in the right in the red. Both players coming out early here. Looking for that early shot, getting the jump up. One connects, the other does not. There is a minor damage advantage. Now, was that an arm or was that a torso hit? The arm hit's not particularly relevant here. Both players whiffing on the second shot. Gray Fox is taking damage to all their torsos. Looking a little bit lower in the percentages.
Lizzie's torsos as well.
Now,
Well, a little bit of leg.
my understanding
Oh,
is
free shot.
the only thing that matters here is hitting off that left torso, getting those LBX-10s removed. The damage percentage is looking nearly identical here. Gray Fox waiting for the shot, gets the shot.
Big disadvantage for Gray Fox.
Lizzie, yeah, Gray Fox is losing the percentages here. That is the ERPPC torso, if I'm not mistaken. No, that was LBX-10s. LBX-10s are gone. Gray Fox is cooking to death. This is going to be over in a couple of seconds. And there we have it. Lizzie coming out of retirement, apparently not having played in weeks, and pulls off the 1v1 fairly decisively.
On his torso still.
Grab the match ID number here. And damage tells a story in terms of the match score here. Not much to say. I mean, shots landed more shots, landed shots to the correct torso, and that was it. So first portion of this goes to EMPYREON.
Yep, and I'm getting Gato in, I believe.
Yep, Gatto and, well, I mean, these players should be inviting their teammates before they leave the lobby,
Yeah,
ideally.
we should probably tell them that next time. But
yeah, procedural things that can kind of speed things up a little here. Now,
red, I guess.
Yeah. I'm getting. All right, so we're going to test map A. It's now the 2v2. Each team has one assault and one heavy, so it's going to be larger tonnage here. We need to change the ignore enhancements as is being pointed out here. Still 10 minutes, first person only, yeah. And so that first drop that we just had played here, that's only part of drop 1. Drop 1 consists of 3 different duels. The winner of 2 of those 3 duels ends up winning drop 1 and ends up getting the 5 points for the drop win. But there are also points for the mech kills. The first drop there, or first portion of drop 1, we'll call it the mini drop, the first mini drop in that 1v1 was worth a single point plus one of the wins required to get to the 2 wins for the match win, the 2 mini match wins for the overall match win, however you want to word that. So it's not meaningless, but it's not a large point advantage right now. This 2v2 could determine who gets that 5 points for the match win. See what the players bring here.
There we go. All right, looks like Rick Rom and Chico are going to go next. Just had to get the right people in.
I'm just catching it now. The team name is EMPYREON instead of Imperial because they've got Eon Synergy on it. We've got tags here from both Imperial and Eon Synergy, so they've changed the team name to EMPYREON. That makes sense. Okay. Took me a little bit to catch on.
Eon combined with 228 in CS. Now they're combining with some EMP guys.
Yeah, back in the day, Imperial and Eon Synergy were the top 3 teams that were fighting each other in the Worlds for, 2-3 years in a row. Kind of rivals a little bit. At least in tournaments, they were rivals. They might have been friends for all I knew. So now they're back and playing together. That is going to be, if they're committed to Worlds, it's going to be a scary team to face in the bracket, I would imagine, for anyone. Probably doesn't take a whole lot to shake off the rust. And we're getting launched in here on test map A.
Little change in meta, but I'm sure they'll adapt just fine.
Yeah.
We have an Xe and a Summoner from Rick Rom and Chico, this map favoring Pop-Tarts in general. And then an Xe and Tim. We'll see what's on these Timbies here.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up some builds here. Executioner, ERP.
I've got 5 ERs, meds, and 2 large pulses on the Timby.
Yeah, so there's a difference in build here.
2 large pulse. It's 2 high alpha builds.
Yeah, Apostle Burke here with the 2 LPL 5 ER mead, that's not even a big alpha. Really. That I find that to be it runs too cool for my taste, even in quick play. So we've got 2 Pop-Tarters
really need to move
with
in
a lot
on
of backup weaponry on EMPYREON. So I don't know if they're looking to push here. Probably not, considering the ERP versus large pulse laser. I think they have the range advantage.
Well, they need to push in to this next box, and then they can just side peek these guys who haven't moved a whole ton.
Yeah, it looks like Sky Rangers of Terra are moving up.
Oh, if they stay right there, they got a huge advantage if they peek the same side together.
Now, the Timberwolf is not engaging, and the Executioner just took a peek there, but I believe that's a one-on-one.
Gatto's winning that.
Yeah, Rick Rom's taking a lot of damage there crossing.
Yeah, Rick Rom's getting torn up.
Now this strike is incoming. Oh, it's an artillery strike, so that's not going to be doing a whole lot there. Now, sharing a corner here, eventually that's not going to work out so well. Apostle Burke is pushing now, just pushing through the open.
Big advantage, but pushing in is the wrong move.
Against Pop-Tarters, I mean, if you can get in there, but there's a lot of red laser backup. I don't know.
The Xe, if they kill the Xe's backup weapon, sure.
Executioner here getting a strike.
They're going for Xe because they can catch him.
Yeah,
he's really hurt.
The Summoner is looking to get flank angles. This is going to be a 2-on-1. Summoner is not really able to participate right now. Trying to close the distance. It's going to be too late. Executioner is getting killed.
Oh, if he could have made that jump, he maybe would have stayed alive, but
doing a good job staying alive. 40%.
Yeah, he's sure tanking a lot of damage. They got to be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big win for
Summoner's open side torso as well.
Gatto, and
there's the kill finally going
goes
down.
Rick.
Nothing's open on the Timberwolf. Executioner has an open arm. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's been over for a while.
Pretty decisive. The push in there managed to pick off an isolated target. Just wasn't quick enough on the rotation there.
Oh, he got a side torso of Apostle. Apostle might cook. He might cook.
Timberwolf is open
CT.
his
teammate saves him.
But Executioner took a lot of heat damage. Timberwolves open CT, but it is a 2-0 victory here in the favor of the Sky Rangers of Terra.
Look at that damage output differential. So the reduction of ER mediums in heat just meant more like sustain for that high alpha build. And
That's right. Those ER means that you run even cooler than they used to. A little
yeah,
bit
the
lower
old
alpha though.
oh, they didn't invite the next people. Oh, God. What are you doing?
Difficult.
I'll just get the red back in here.
Yeah, we don't know who else is going to be taking the drop, so I'll put it wrong. Indicator. There we go.
All right, okay. Red coming back.
Are these point totals correct? Funny to me. Alright, pulling up the damage stats here with the score from the last match. Last drop. Mini match of the larger match. So yeah, basically damage totals are completely out to lunch there in terms of the Pop-Tartars versus the mid-range Vomit, hybrid, mid-range, close-range Vomit that the Sky Rangers of Terror were running there. DPS on those clan ERPPCs is not very high. The Pop-Tarts did not get the punishment in that they needed while the Sky Rangers of Terra made a quick call to just push, found an isolated target, and that's that. I mean, anytime that you manage to engineer a 2-on-1 type fight in a 2v2 type scenario, it's just over, in my experience.
Probably would have been fine if they didn't allow that 2v2 to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Or had some UAVs to pop up to just run the XT away and actually get a couple more shots in.
I mean,
that's all they really needed.
If the Executioner had gotten back up top, maybe they could have taken a little bit of cover while the Summoner's pulling wider, getting some shots, and like that type of thing. It's a game of inches at times, and good on Sky Rangers of Terror managing to find the opening and get the win there. Looks like players are not quite ready here.
Yeah, they're green, but I'm asking.
Yeah,
I have to ask.
Yeah, we've got.
All right, Reds.
Well, Team 1 is ready.
Just waiting for. All right. Okay, go. Here we go. I mean, they're not going slowly, but I don't want to sit here with a green lobby. Just twiddle my thumbs.
And I normally don't push, but here I've got something coming up. I don't want to have the other teams waiting.
Well, here you've got SROT beating them 4-1 right now.
Right? 6-2. 6-2 is what the spreadsheet's telling me.
What's the points for winning?
I thought it was just a match win and then mech kills, but the spreadsheet's showing something different, so maybe I don't understand it.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to reread the rulebook at some point. Okay, I'm looking at EMPYREON coming in here with lower tonnage than the maximum. They're running an Arctic Wolf with SRM Splat and a Mislinks with Heavy Machine Gun Micropulse. So they gave up a fair bit of tonnage there. We've got...
On the other side, we have SRM Arctic Wolf and a Mislinks with basic Mislinks build on it.
Yeah, so Jenner with SRMs and Stormcrow with small pulse lasers. So there's a heavy tonnage advantage here.
I think that goes to Seleth and Red. Just the tonnage.
Yeah. The Stormcrow's got a lot of armor to chew through there.
A little bit of early damage, but not really enough to be consequential.
The Arctic Wolf is getting in there, 88%.
They're going for the Jenner. The Jenner's trying to Jenner bomb, as Jenners do.
We've got a pair of 1v1s here. Mislinks is taking a beating.
Yeah, interesting. Seleth is beating... Oh, he's trying to get legged. Oh, they're going to go 2v1 the Mislinks. Mislinks loses that battle against the Stormcrow.
So
Sorry.
Jenner, nothing open yet, taking a lot of spread damage.
This goes to Selith
Now,
and red.
when the Mistlings backed off there, that gave time for the Stormcrow to cool off. That's going to be impactful because that is a hot
If they're,
build. But
if they're trying to
anytime,
leg, though, they really need to stick with a single target.
I mean, the Mistlings both, okay, Jenner, both legs are open. The Mistlings has taken so much damage. I'm trying to get an angle here to figure out what's open on it. Arctic Wolf, nothing open yet, even though the percentage is low.
Yeah,
Stormcrow's
Arctic Wolf's actually fine. Mistling's dead.
Mistlings is dead. Stormcrow is both legs open, but they've found a high ground position where that Arctic Wolf is going to struggle to get up there. No jump jets on that Arctic Wolf variant.
Yeah, that
Arctic
both of
Wolf
them are
open
really,
CT.
really hurt legs. If the
Oh,
Mistlings
wow.
would have just focused one of them,
Yeah,
probably
Jenner's
would have
leg
won.
now, but the Arctic Wolf is halved, so
Yeah, that's
does not pick up the kill. Arctic Wolf goes down. The Jenner survives. The Stormcrow, both legs are open. But ultimately, this fight, I mean, that's just an armor difference there. I wouldn't be surprised if the damage was nearly identical between both teams here once we get to the stats screen.
it is identical, but really the Mistlings should have targeted whatever the Arctic Wolf opened up.
Yeah, it was
That could have
interesting
been
that
a win.
they elected to go for a pair of 1v1s instead of sticking with a 2-on-2
Yep.
or trying to get that 2-on-1 type scenario.
Kill points are 5-4. I don't know what the overall points are.
Yeah, and the thing is that there's points for getting kills here. So if I think the scoreboard is bugged out. I think it's assigning 2 points to Sky Rangers of Terror that they did not actually earn. So something's gone wrong in the spreadsheet. I'll have to figure that out some other time. So I believe it's 8 points for kills plus 5 points for the match win for EMPYREON versus 4 points for Sky Rangers of Terror for kills in drop 2. But my spreadsheet's displaying something else, so I'm not completely certain on that. Or each of the mini drops worth some amount of points. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's going on here, because Sky Rangers of Terror did win the one of the 2v2s, so perhaps the 8 points to 6 points is correct. We'll find out.
I think it must be 2 points per for the 2v2 wins or something like that. But we're gonna go with
Yeah.
8-6. That's what the spreadsheet says, and the 1v1 going Empyrion's way, the next match going Srout's way, and then the third match going Empyrion's way again.
Yep.
Just waiting for the teams to invite themselves in. The next match is Frozen City Classic, and I believe the timer goes up now, or does it stay at
Yes,
10?
we are now to a 12 minutes on the timer.
Yep, 12 minutes. Still North American server, I'm assuming, and then yeah, night classic over Theta. Interesting through the years because you have that edge area in the snow that you can choose to work if you want to, where a lot of the other full conquest modes take you into the city and you really have to fight in the city. The Theta, it's the Theta, right? Yep. Theta as a conquest makes you kind of have a couple options. So I've seen teams win by putting mechs way out in the distance on that flat terrain, and seen teams win by brawling it out, of course. So we'll just see.
Yeah, I'll send you a map strat link there. We have a few minutes. We could pop that up on screen. I think. Looks like we have a little bit of time. So what we're
This
talking
area
about
out here, you can choose to make a firing line as an attempt to control Theta.
Absolutely, and that gives Team 2 the advantage. It's about, I would say it's about 500 meters to that ice wall from this back firing line. So you'd be looking at like large pulse lasers in that type of a setup if you do elect to play range. And Team 2 with the Charlie spawn has easy access to that region of the map, whereas Team 1, they I mean, if they're going to Theta, they're going through a choke point, and that's less than ideal.
Yeah.
Or they're going on the high ground. So jump jets are important here as well, in my opinion, because if you do elect to play on the low ground, or if you go down to Theta, you want to have jump jets to get back up that ice wall, or else you're out of the fight for 20 seconds or something, trying to walk back up the ramps. We have a 200-ton limit here, clan mechs only, so we could be seeing a lot of Vipers to get those jump jets, or teams could elect to not run identical mechs and have a little bit more variance in what they bring. Maybe they will bring lights and a heavy, or heavier mediums. See what they do. Hunchback 2CA, it would be my pick for playing range if a team does elect to try and do that low ground. And Team 2 would be Skyranger's Terror, so it'd be up to Skyranger's Terror if they want to play that back ridge line with one or two of the Hunchback 2CAs with that LPL ER Mead Vomit. Could also be Pop-Tarts with the Huntsman or the Vapor Eagle perhaps. Or they could just brawl. I've seen a lot of teams, they just go to Bravo 4 or even rush Charlie 3 and just start brawling. Very popular on this drop. They don't have to play to the cap.
I would guess, just based on the teams here, that Strat would probably want to come in and not a brawl, but really like leg.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to come in and try to leg
EMPYREON.
and it's EMPYREON's impetus to like figure out how to keep that from happening. I don't think they'd want to leg. I think they'd rather have a skirmishing battle, because just play to kind of like the strengths of each team. So I'm looking for SWAT to come in and try to leg them, and EMPYREON to try to prevent that from happening.
I mean, if EMPYREON was Team 2, I would expect to see the back reg play. But considering that, EMPYREON's playing Team 1, Skyranger's Terror is playing 2, I think a brawl is to be expected.
Well,
it might not be that EMPYREON is initiating the brawl, but they're probably going to get brawled.
The lower tonnage is restrictive for that kind of thing.
Yeah, 200
It's helpful
tons
to teams that want to leg. It's more restrictive for the other.
If this was a 250-ton drop instead of a 200-ton drop, that really changes things. At 200 tons, you're struggling to get like a night gear, something of that nature.
Yeah, I don't think you would dump that much. I don't think you'd dump that much tonnage into a night gear.
Yeah, it'd be a struggle. Night gear and 3 lights or something. That's not. Want to balance that tonnage a little bit better, I would think.
Based on their setup, it looks like they're locked. So based on their setup here, I would think that Red is going to try for Theta. Not Red. Seleth.
Yeah.
But they're really going to try to concave and receive.
Now, I'm going to switch the screen over so people can see what we're looking at here. We've got 200 tons on both teams right now. The second team is not locked. They could make a change. 200 tons is the maximum, so you'd expect teams to take it. Now we've got a mech in Alpha spawn, Charlie spawn, and 3 in Bravo, which if we go back to that map strat...
Yeah, Charlie's way up there in A3, toward, close to Theta.
Yeah, Charlie's going to rush for Theta, but what is the Alpha spawn doing? That's my question, because that's near the tunnels, but why would you go through the tunnels? You could go through the tunnels to get a scout, but then you have to run the risk of getting ambushed.
I think they would go to Charlie 3 and scout.
Okay.
They could go through the tunnel. There's a little out right here. You can go in and out of right there.
Yeah.
This guy's going to go up and scout.
Okay, so like a Pop-Tart scout over the dropship just to see what's coming in. Got it.
And Red is the scout on the Eon team anyways. It makes sense. They're locked. Everybody's locked.
This to me tells me that they're playing some sort of range strat with a Bravo Lance, maybe setting up around Kappa with Conclave.
But they don't have the luxury of doing that if Strat just goes in and gets Theta and waits. I think you're gonna see you just can't be passive. A single cap is going to take a really long time to win.
It's about 7-8 minutes before you have to really worry about the cap. But I still think it's going to be a range play. Initial setup, they'll set up, I believe, for range play, and we'll see what the mechs look like here.
I think they're going to ignore Theta, honestly, and just see
if they're getting brawl
Esrat's doing and where they are, and then just try to set up for maximum receive.
We've got two Arctic Wolves with Splat. The Viper is actually micro pulse laser, not machine gun. Black Lantern micro pulse as well. No small pulse on either of those, so that's probably under tonnage. And then a Mislinks with heavy machine gun micro pulse. That's out of Skyrange's Terra.
And on the other side, we have a Nova. Which I'm trying to get a read on.
Now they're setting up ambush locations, small pulse lasers on that Nova.
Yeah, thank you. And Arctic Wolves with SRMs.
Yeah, both of those Arctic Wolves have small pulse mixed in with the SRM. They have a Piranha, so that's giving them a lot of tonnage for something else. And the Piranha is micro pulse. They're ignoring the machine guns on that. It's a Hunchback 2CA in the Overwatch position with ER large and ER mid.
Now, ER large. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not large pulse laser myself.
Neither team going for bothering with Theta at all.
There's some activity around the tunnel. Are they going through the tunnel?
If they go through the tunnel and catch this,
they are going through the tunnel.
Hunchback, it's going to be a big advantage.
Now they're going to go around wide. They're going to come out the backside entrance. It looks like out of that tunnel.
Oh,
now,
they have to figure. They figured it out. They don't see him anywhere else. They don't see Theta flashing. Look at Red already shifting.
Yeah, shifting to cover that. Should be, yep, there's the laser fire. So we do have the push has been spotted. Some mechs are still relocating. Piranha's coming over. Initial damage quite light. These brawlers are going to make it in relatively uncontested. The Hunchback is trying to rotate away.
Red is doing a good shift. They need to go after this first mech. They need to go after
Piranha's running in the middle of everyone.
They need to kill the Piranha. Which looks like they're going to do. Or they just
Black Lantern's leg. The Piranha came in, took off a leg right away off of Sir Haven's Black Lantern.
I'm seeing a big lack of focus fire from Srot.
Now, Lizzie's Arctic Wolf is getting isolated here. Lizzie is legged, Lizzie's down.
Sir Haven doing a great job of shielding. They need to get this Piranha in the backfield that's just wreaking havoc.
Piranha's open rear, center, torso. Piranha's open everywhere now. Should be going down in a second. Hunchback 2CA's got a Mislinks on them, but Fork the Spoonwrecker is legged now in that Mislinks. This is looking...
Mislinks legged and dead.
This is close, but I think it's favoring EMPYREON right now. Mislinks is basically a dead mech walking. The Viper's legged in the back, no longer really participating. Rick Rom is open both legs at 60%.
If they can get Rick Rom down right here,
yeah, that's a lot of the firepower gone off the field. Now,
Red is going to be heat capped, so effectively, I think it goes to S-Rod because
Hunchback's cooling off right now, and still open leg, but nothing really too serious. Arctic Wolf.
Oh, he can't cap that point.
Nothing's open on that Arctic Wolf.
If he caps that point, they can just run. Oh, that was a big gamble.
Arctic Wolf here getting chased down.
They might be able to kite away.
No, Arctic Wolf is legged.
Oh, they got the Arctic Wolf.
That mech is caught. Now
he's done, and now they just have to chase down an overheated.
This Arctic Wolf is open leg here. There's a chance. Both of the Mislinks and the Viper are legged. This is a 1v1 situation here. If the Hunchback 2CA turns around,
he's legged. He's done.
That's
both legs. Oh, no. But he got Red's leg and done. There it is.
Now, if the Red goes to faster, had managed to leg that Arctic Wolf, there was a chance. But
yeah, there really was, actually.
3-legged mechs on the field now, still alive, and that is a win in favor of Skyrange's of Terror. Now, they even have 4 mechs alive. I thought that one of their mechs had died in there, but I guess
No, he made a mistake. Right before he jumped into that valley, he fired off an alpha into the now-legged, what was it, Arctic Wolf. Was it Gatto that was chasing him, or was it embarrassing?
They're asking a rules question here. I'm not gonna.
One of those two. And he missed because he fired right when the Arctic Wolf was going behind a building, and then he had to cool down. And I think if he had legged just in that moment, legged them, then you would have seen a different outcome. That was a great.
Now, there's only 1 point going the way of EMPYREON in this draw because they only picked up 1 kill. If they had picked up that Mislinks kill, that 29% Mislinks, that would be another 2 points in their favor. That'd be 3 points instead of just the 1. The first kill's only worth 1 point. The follow-up kills are worth 2 points each. So
the kills.
They're picking up almost no points here because there's so many wounded mechs walking. That was a really close drop in terms of chance to win, but points-wise, it's a blowout.
That's what with 494 damage. He was the one that really kind of pulled that battle out for them. And the Red goes to Fausta. He had that high alpha did a little bit of damage with it, but really I think he too many shots go into buildings because of just the way this map plays with that hunchback.
Yeah, there wasn't time for that hunchback to set up and get shots in either. It was basically take one alpha, then start rotating. The brawlers got in relatively unscathed, and it was still a really close fight. A scoreboard doesn't necessarily tell everything here. Top
It is 5
damage,
points for a win now, I believe. So it's
yeah.
16-9.
I've actually got it as 20 to 9 because the win's worth 5 and then the kills are worth 9, so they
Oh,
pick
I have
up
to put the
14
points
there.
in, not the kills. That's right. 20-9. Yeah.
Yeah. So 20 points in the favor of Sky Rangers of Terra versus 9 points for EMPYREON. Just going through the damage from the last drop, we've got an Arctic Wolf out of Embarrassing with 500 damage leading the way. The Gadolinium with 300 on their Arctic Wolf. Fork the Spoon Wrecker and that Mistlink's diving in, picking up 300 points, or 300 damage. The Black Lantern got legged by the Prana right at the start, comes in with a double D. So good job there out of Salith in the Prana.
Yeah, but that Lantern did a great job leg shielding for a very long time
Yeah.
against 2 or 3 other mechs up there.
Yeah, so out of Empyreon, Exchico with the Arctic Wolf picking up 300. The Red goes to faster than Hunchback 2CA, only with 280. I thought that would be a little bit higher, even though they were spending a lot of the time running. That is a pretty big alpha on that mech.
Again, a lot of the alphas went into buildings or partial burns because of the buildings.
Yeah. But at the end, it was 4-legged mechs, and that was actually a really close drop, even though the points aren't going to show that.
I think so, but even with 4-legged mechs, it would be hard to get into the just right range to shoot them and shoot the other leg off with all those buildings there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Been a hard. Maybe something like a Jenner or something agile that could just pop up and shoot them, but not like a slow hunchback.
Yeah. There's still a lot of time to find the angles, though. The timer is fairly long. There were no caps running. So the win in terms of the match could have easily gone the way of Empyreon with one range mech versus a leg mechs with a beta cap location, but to pick up the kills to get the actual real points would have been difficult. I don't know. It would have been interesting to watch it play out.
The next match is Caustic. Conquest 12 minutes. Everything else stays the same. And how much tonnage do we get for this draw?
This is 300 tons for each team. Still 5v5 clan mechs only. Conquest single cap. It's the Theta cap on Caustic Valley, which is the Stonehenge cap in the middle of the map. We'll see if teams at 300 tons elect to continue trying to brawl, or if they're going to play a range strat. On this map with this tonnage, I think it's entirely viable to play a range more controlling strat. At 300 tons, if teams
I
elect
don't know.
to brawl, we could see things like linebackers or Ryan 2CAs. Or,
It's an interesting tonnage for this map.
yeah.
I've really seen this tonnage with just 5 players on this map before. Last time it was played, I think it was the 500-ton drops. So you saw a bunch of Xes and other, supernovas and things like, Kodiaks and things. But with 300 tons, I don't know. I still see Esrot's best chance is probably to go in and leg again because it's still enough tonnage for that to happen. And with this map redesign, in the middle of the map being, providing cover, I could see that happening. If they go in and just full commit.
Yeah. From the matches
But
that I've watched, I've seen the range team get destroyed by a brawl push, and
yeah,
it's all about positioning range team, but I do still believe that it is possible to pull it off. A team with the experience of Empyreon could definitely use their experience to find those correct angles, correct positions, and get an early leg or two, and that really is what it takes to the brawl push succeeding to failing.
Yeah.
Now we
Team
do
1 locked
have,
again.
yeah, we have a lock out of EMPYREON. They are taking up 3 different spawns again, 2 mechs in the one spawn, 1 mech in the other, 2 in the other, so they are looking like they're going to spread around the map. Just waiting for Skyrangers Terra to figure out their spawns and lock in as well.
They are balling up in Charlie spawn. Which we have the advantage of, seeing exactly what they're bringing right when they drop, so it'll be obvious what the intention is from each team, but it'll be interesting to see how. It really, I think, with this tonnage, still comes down to focus fire, really in any match, but on this particular map, I think that shooting torsos is still best, even when you're trying to leg. Just because there's so much cover everywhere. We got 2 teams locked, and I'm launching.
All right.
Shrot doing well so far with 20 points. Not kind of unusual for teams to get the first drop taken off of them, even if there's a skill or experience disparity. So this will be pretty huge.
Yeah, I mean, last drop was close, so it's not, but it is a rusty team in their first week of competitive play together versus a team that's been around and playing actively for the past while. We'll see where the experience starts to kick in here, perhaps.
Hey, see what's on those hunchbacks for Eon. It's labeling them Eon because most of them are Eon.
I'm just going to run through.
Because those linebackers, they got a huge advantage. If they can get in unscathed, then I think they can.
These linebackers are small pulse mixed in with SRM6. I believe all of them have an identical build. And then a Viper with standard machine guns and small pulse, so not heavy machine gun. What do we have here? The red goes to faster, taking an overwatch position, heavy large ER Mead in a Stormcrow. Hunchback 2CA still moving to position, ER large ER Mead. We have a Blood Asp on the field. Large pulse laser ER Mead, 4 LPLs, so not quite the extreme range build. And then heavy large ER Mead Hunchback. So these are exceedingly hot laser vomit builds.
This game goes to SROT if they could just move in, and I really think
they've been
can.
spotted. The red goes to faster. Ixchiko are trying to rotate out of there, but
they're going to try to bring him to this kill box. They're baiting them into a kill box.
Yeah, Rick Rom's getting some good burns out here. I don't know if anything is open yet. Leg is a little bit early.
Taking some damage. But if it's on his torso, as I'm about to check, it won't really matter.
Good strike hit there. A lot of the team taking damage there. That is spread damage. Rick Rom now dropping down, trying to get away from that brawl push.
It's all on his torsos and things like that.
Blood Aspen now has an angle to fire.
They're going into the...
Yeah, they're going around the right side of the cover. They should have gone left side of the cover. Viper's legged in a second.
And they're still not taking a direct path. Apostle's going to go down. They're going to shift away.
No,
they need to take a direct path in.
The Viper is almost legged. It's one touch on one of its legs. These linebackers, they look like they're moving a little bit too slow across that open.
They just didn't need to take the line they took.
2 mechs are legged. Viper and one of the linebackers.
Yeah, Lizzie's going to go down here. But the Red and Rick Rom are going to get away, and they're going to leg too many things.
Yeah.
Old Hasu's next.
Can they maybe make it out or get to where...
I think they can leg all these linebackers before
Rick
they
Rom's going to have a good angle here while Old Haas is running away.
Yeah, they're going to leg these linebackers and leave and just go and pick them off one by one.
Okay, Embarrassing is now legged in that linebacker. We've got Metafox.
But it's important to get these kills.
Picks up the kill. That's worth points.
Every kill, yeah.
I mean,
so we got 2 really legged, 3 fresh mechs and 2 really legged linebackers.
The drop feels decided to me.
Yeah, it is.
But there's still a lot of kills that could potentially be picked up. Sir Haven, both legs are open on his linebacker. Now it's legged, so just Metafox with legs left.
Trying to run in there, open side torso for the kill, but they're not going to make it.
Rick Rom's 88%. There's no way.
No, they're not going to make it.
Viper's putting out some small pulse, probably getting a flash of red on the screen there, but it's not really dealing damage.
The crossfire, they might leg him.
Yeah, Rick Rom open leg.
He's just going for a CT now. He's farming.
Is Metafox out of
Oh,
weaponry?
he's gonna get it. Oh,
Metafox
go
doesn't
on.
have any guns left, so it's up to the
Gonna get
Viper to
it.
pick up the kill here on the Stormcrow. They do get it. Gray Fox gets the kill,
That's
and
huge.
yeah,
That's awesome. Nice
Metafox still
job,
has legs, but
Ray.
it's no guns left on that linebacker.
Meta. I mean, guess they could just farm now. All right.
Well,
Well, their Esrat's mistake is just going into that killing pole for no
yeah,
reason.
I think it was
But
just came down to going around the left side of the rock instead of the right side of the rock.
well, they could have also taken a direct path instead of trying to roundabout, or they could have gone in and taken uh, the point. Yes, Theta. They could have gone and taken Theta, and
Force the opposing
as
team to
the
move
Eon
up.
guys tried to
Yeah,
take angles, they could have just gone out and nabbed them, but that would have been kind of difficult. Honestly, having gone into that kill box, they got one more kill than I thought they would. Esrat did, so good
yeah,
win for Eon, but Esrat still pulled out some points here.
yeah. Esrod ends up picking up a lot of points there, and that's the important part here. The match win is
Is it
worth 5, but
5 points?
uh, yeah, they have 3 kills, so that'd be 5 points. Yeah. Okay, we need to switch team sides here once you get back to the lobby.
All right, I'll do that. So Esrat's still winning 25-23 because that extra kill they just nabbed got them the 2 points to stay on top.
Yeah, 25-23. This is a close match right now, and there's 2 more drops to go. So running through the
Esrat doing a good job
damage.
keeping even with these guys.
Yeah, running through the damage here real quick. Rick Rom with that Stormcrow farming up 860 damage. Dered goes to faster. Stormcrow with 450. One of the Hunchbacks with 400. The other with 350. The Blood Asp getting jumped there. Managed to put out 300 damage before going down. So you can see which 2 mechs got legged and did not do anything in terms of the Skyranger's Terra team. A couple of double Ds on their team, and then Metafox with the linebacker leading the way with 350 damage. Gray Fox picking up one of the important kills there in that Viper with only 135 damage, also having been legged early, but managing to still find a kill. So we are switching team sides, which means I need to switch teams in my overlay. The team side, there we go.
The teams are switched, and we have what, 400?
Yeah, 400 tons now. We're going to Hibernal Rift as the next map, and we're playing the Kappa Cap with the 1 cap format. So it's off to the side of the map, not playing Theta. So we haven't seen some of the top players of EMPYREON from the past. They're on the roster, but they have not showed up yet in this match. Maybe they're not available this weekend. So we'll see what else. Yeah, a little bit. Maybe not their strongest roster possible. We'll see if they register. If all the players on their register may be available in a future match here from EMPYREON. Skyranger's Terra doing a quite excellent job here, making their strats. Well, so far their strats have been working
Transparent.
pretty well.
No, I mean, what are you going to do? This is a drop where they definitely can't just run in and leg, especially if Eon is suspecting it. So they have got an uphill battle for the next 2 drops where
Yep.
mechs are slower and accuracy of aiming and things like that, which are very experiential things. Positioning are going to be way more important. So I think for a chance at a win, Esrat would have really needed to be rolling in to this battle, or this match, with a lot more points on the board over EMPYREON. Certainly done a good job at this point. It's like they're almost locked here. Hibernal plays a lot more like the old Canyon. Not quite identical, but it definitely has a central, thing to maneuver around, like the old Canyon map. And when they took that out, it really opened up the map, but actually made it more balanced, oddly, at the same time with the inclusion of the ramps, right? So Hibernal is like going back in time a little bit. So I think that's really going to favor the Imperial,
Yeah, I believe.
guys, because Esrot's going to really have a lot more experience on the Canyon style map.
Yeah. So Hibernal Rift, I believe, has a little bit more ramps than the old Canyon Network did, but not quite as many as the new Canyon Network. And there's
Yes,
actually
that's correct.
there's difference in terrain around the Kappa Cap with that ice arch and tunnel, which kind of created like a funnel choke point a little bit for one of the teams approaching the Kappa Cap if they go for the low ground push
Can you
type
pull the
strat.
map up here?
Yeah, I'll pull that up 1 second here.
And I've got
Okay, there
Hibernal
we go. It's on screen.
pulled up. So since Kappa is the point, a really effective strategy is to kind of have an anchor and then just create a line and then pull it in, kind of like you're herding people in. Because if you can get the other team to be stuck in this area and you control this area, then you'll eventually beat them, because you just have a lot more angles on them. And you can do the same thing from the team one side, where you basically just have a lever.
Yeah.
And you just kind of come in and you want to slam that thing shut. You want to take this ridge here, and you want the other team to be stuck, basically.
Yeah. I think it's possible to play the back ridge though as well behind Kappa. It's about 400 meters to the ridge line. So if you play the back ridge and they skyline one at a time, which inexperienced teams can do, but not experienced teams, I think you can also just play behind Kappa with like a high alpha mid-range vomit type thing against the traders and potentially win out that way.
I think if
I don't know if
Esrot
that
wants
would
to
work in
catch
Div
them,
A.
if Esrot wants to brawl them, they certainly can, with EMP being, or Eon being the team 2. But what they really need to do is come this way and come up through, because in this point they'll have the maximum chance of splitting in whatever direction they need to catch a potential, because they can either slam them to the back of the map here or catch them as they're trying to set up here.
Yeah.
But they really don't need to go. Don't swing in towards Kappa. That would be really, really bad
This
move.
choke point here with that ice tunnel is deadly potentially.
And we're launching.
All
Go for
right.
the match. So we'll see, based on the initial movement, you can kind of tell from the aerial view which team is going to have that huge advantage. In the last match, I thought that Esterot had the advantage until you saw the killing box unfolding. Esterot just willingly walked into that. They'll probably learn from that mistake in the future. This is a good strategy from Esterot to do these things, but you do need to not telegraph to other teams that you're going to do it all the time.
Okay, we've got Pop-Tarts coming out here on EMPYREON, Executioners, Summoners. It's all... oh, no, one of these Summoners is a Brawl Hybrid Small Pulse SRM. 2 of those. So they're bringing 2 Brawl Summoners, 1 Pop-Tart Summoner, and 2 Pop-Tart Red Laser Executioners.
On the other side, we have an interesting Direwolf, Mad Cat, Mad Cat. Those are both all those are Ultra 10 and 5 mechs. Uh, Eon has just willingly gone in
Kappa is under enemy control.
to take Kappa. Okay.
They've got those brawl summoners, so they're not afraid of being brawled, I suppose.
I think they're thinking that they might be brawled, maybe?
There must have been something in the spawns that gave away that they were not getting rushed on Kappa.
I think that they expected Esrot to go right through the choke point towards Kappa just like them, and now that they're not there, they certainly know there's an Exi on the field with LPLs, and they know that there's a Mislinks. But they haven't seen these other mechs, I don't think. Looks like they're going up the ramp in the manner that I suggested, but the path they took is really, really long.
Misling's coming in here to get a scout.
They need to push right up the middle. It's going to be tough for Esrot to get those UACs in without those without the summoners just pop-tarting them to death.
Direwolf is not a fast pushing mech, but they're crossing the bridge right now. Apostlberg not taking any fire while crossing that bridge.
Well, they only have one PPC summoner, and then they arrest or brawl, so they can't punish them for doing this.
Executioners have my camera's bugged up. Nice.
They do have 2 ERPPCs, so they're still a brawlier version. Gatto does not need to come around this corner.
These executioners are not playing on the ridge line; they're playing behind the ridge, which
they're the close range build version.
Well, they've got ERPPCs. They've got 6 ERPPCs, and none of them are firing right now, other than the summoner taking the occasional pop shot, which is landing minor damage.
They could fire, but I think they're trying to draw Esrot in for their summoners and such. Lizzie taking a little bit of damage. They're in a kill box, though. This is not a good positioning.
I mean, once those UAC 10s, UAC 5s are going to start firing here. They are skylining a little bit.
They're pushing one side. Direwolf needs to get into play immediately, and Zealot needs to go forward, not backwards.
Okay, so Empyrion's going to push the 2 mechs in the low ground here. They're isolated.
They're gonna sell Gatto out for free.
Yeah. Well, using the jump test to try and escape. I mean, leg is almost gone on that executioner. The Direwolf is dropping down to the low ground to go after a summoner. That is not.
If I was Gatto right now, I would be screaming at my teammates.
Carlson's gone down in that Mad Cat, just straight CT.
Red eating it in the back.
Now the summoner's finally gone down, and
Old Houseshoe's pretty hurt. Let's see.
Yeah, well, leg is open, and one is gone on their summoner. He can get legged
real easy by this Mislinks.
Mislinks should be able to clean that up.
Taking care of them. They're done.
So there's Mislinks wrapping the back here, and the Direwolf is backing up to gain a little bit of space, but the Mad Cat's dropping off the opposite direction. They're self-isolating.
He's doing a wonderful job just kiting and being in the battle. Rick Rom about to get legged. If they win... Oh, and he's got flamers too! If they win, I'm giving the win to Fork. He's doing a fantastic job. And he's overheated. That Direwolf's still not in the battle.
Yeah, Mad Cat dropping away from the Direwolf instead of towards it is a mistake. They're not able to support each other when that occurs. This is still really close, though.
Zealot needs to get in the battle. Fork is just wailing on Red.
I mean, that Mislinks is refusing to die.
Oh, is this going to be a win for Esrot? There's too much damage left on this tire. It's too much armor.
I mean, they're ignoring the Executioner right now in the middle of them.
Oh, that's it. Wow. Win goes to Fork Spoonwrecker.
That was
on you.
Not how I was expecting that to play out, the way that the teams were set up. And that Misling survived. That's 2 points that EMPYREON did not manage to secure.
Listen to the pre-game brief of where they needed to move and where you don't need to be. Because
I think
that is what made the difference.
If they just had the Executioners up on the ridge line from EMPYREON, they would have been able to get some damage in earlier.
The UX 10s and 5s would have just eaten their
they could have been pop-tarting at least, like not just sitting back line stationary on the ground. I don't know.
They could have.
Skyrangers of Terra
more, but
self-isolated a number of mechs, but it still worked out for them because they had a build advantage once the fight actually was in range there with that
They have a
mass
position advantage as
UAC.
well.
That is not how I was expecting this to play out, but well done from Sky Rangers of Terror picking up the win here. Now we just have to watch a legged Mistlynx and a pair of Assault Mechs go and
That's
find
part
some
of the
cap
battle.
points.
Bring your fork. Take your victory lap. Your slow, painfully slow victory march towards Theta, sir.
Still plenty of ammo left on Sky Rangers of Terror's assaults.
Those flamers actually probably really useful. I'm interested to see Fork's damage.
Yeah, standard machine guns, small pulse, and flamers instead of the
So
heavy machine gun build.
I think with that, it's 39 points to 26. That's a huge win for SROT. I think they let's see, I'm going to do a little
Well, they
testing
can
here. I
take the
think they may
match
have
now, I
taken the match
think.
with that.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be very close. I'd have to run the numbers, but it's within 1 point of securing the match. So
It's exactly 1 point within. SROT needs to get 2 kills on the next match to secure the win. Because if they got if they get 1 kill, then they tie at 40, and if they get 2 kills, they win with 42 to 40, even if they've lose out the rest of their mechs and all that. So the goal for SROT, 2 kills in the next battle.
any day now, the game is going to realize that the team with the 3
don't.
caps and 5 minutes on
why
the
the coding
match is won.
has to be this way. It's 3 caps. They're dead.
Yeah.
Why game? But that's right. That's right. Just have your camera on Fork and just follow his slow as he tries to melt the snow. This Flamer's victory march. This is your match, sir. Really, I think if they had dropped the Mistlynx early, this match would have been Eon's.
Yeah.
Direwolf was not even in the battle most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know what the damage numbers are going to look like.
Oh, there we go. Let's see these damage stats while you pull this stuff. Fork with 567. I knew it. 567 damage from that little guy. That is giant. And Zealot with the 716. He had the top damage. Direwolf pulled 511, most of it at the end there. Gatto 306, even though he ate the whole onslaught of the summoners. And Old Hasu and Lizzie just not putting out damage in those summoners. That was just a really, that was just a really great match from
Yeah.
Fork.
Yeah, well done in that Mistlynx. Zealot with 700 damage in the Madcat Mark IIB, not too shabby either. Even Gadolinium getting pushed in early got 300 damage before they went down on that Executioner as the primary called target. That's fairly respectable in that type of a situation. Alright, we got one more drop in here. It's going to be 500 tons, also known as no tonnage limit, and we're doing 1 cap conquest on Viridian Bog. Cap point is Theta, out among the lily pads. And the next match is going to end up being delayed slightly here. The teams had agreed to hold, so we'll have next up on this channel, keeping the stream going, we're going to end up having Equilibrium playing against was it Clutch? I think it's Clutch. So yeah, apologies for the delay to the teams there, trying to get this wrapped up here.
Just waiting for teams to lock up on this next and last match. And just for if anybody's just tuning in right now, Srod is winning 39-26, and they will win the match. If they get 1 kill, they'll tie it, and if they get 2 kills, they'll win.
Yeah, so my count is 39-26. I think that's the same as on your count. I hope I've done the math right. So
That's correct.
it's not the match is not quite decided, but fairly close to it. Well done from Sky Rangers of Terra. Really put in the work over the past couple of years to improve their skills, coordination, all of that. Yeah, we've had a number of close drops throughout this match as well. It's not just the match that is close, it's also the drops. Some of the ones that had lopsided scores, there were a number of wounded mechs walking at the end.
Yep. All those mechs on Frozen City really stick out at this moment.
Yeah. And even the mislinks from the last drop, if somebody just sweeps its legs with a couple of lasers and gets the kill, that's 2 points, you know.
They were trying, but he was doing a really good job of shielding.
Yeah.
Under a little tiny ridge, and he knew it.
Every mech killed is worth points, even if you're losing. That's it's important to pick up the points. Just waiting on the teams to. Should I pop up the map? Let's pop up the map.
Yeah, sure. Gotta call the match from before it it happens again.
Yeah, we are on to Viridian Bog Conquest. The cap point is Theta.
It's in good. I think that the Theta cap point just won't matter on this map. It's in the middle. I think teams will come in and do whatever they want. Brawl, range, whatever. And I think a great deal of the battles are going to take place in this box right here.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the teams are playing the elevator terrain, sometimes even going to Bravo 3. Quite
Theta just
Bravo
literally
4,
doesn't
Charlie
matter.
4. It kind of doesn't. I've seen...
It gets them engaged in the middle of the map and keeps them from like staying like back on these ridges back here. So it does matter. But in terms of where the fight happens, you got a bunch of 100-tonners. They all lumber and meet generally in the middle of the map.
I've seen teams take some lighter tonnage stuff to try and get some speed, like Gargoyle Executioner, which is still a 95 ton on the Executioner. Spear Bear, if you want speed, is something that might show up here. But for the most part, it's probably going to be direwolves sitting and trying to find the trade angles on each other. And the thing about going to Theta is that when there's a whole bunch of direwolves on the map, there's probably 1 or 2 of them that can look into Theta from their range positions. And
oh, we got 2 teams locked. Here we go.
And I will get that off the screen here, and we can get on to the final drop here.
I think you'll see Kodiaks, Dyers, Executioners. But if you used a mech already, can you use it again?
There is a chassis limit of 4, so...
They've already used Xyz, so... Or the Eon has, so...
Yeah, both teams have used up some
Sarat's used a couple as well.
So there might be a couple Executioners left, but I'm expecting a lot of Direwolves. Direwolf is a very strong mech at the moment.
I'll read off EMPYREON's mechs.
Sure.
Alright, we have Dered in a 3 ERP XE with 10 micro lasers, and then you have 4 Direwolf Primes all going low ground immediately.
Sky Rangers of Terra is running mid-range DACA, UAC 10, UAC 5 Direwolves. Kodiaks are AC-10 ER Peep, so they are definitely looking to push.
This is a high alpha, 2 LPL, 6 ER medium, 2 Gauss rifle direwolves. That's going to be brutal.
Yeah, these are not range trading direwolves for the most part. They are set up
No.
mid-range Gauss Vomit.
Red
So,
eating some early ACs that aren't doing any damage.
a little bit of damage, not much. Probably the UAC-5s are just barely in range.
Apostle Burke ate the PPCs there, got the worst of it.
So we're going to have a fight at Theta based off of where EMPYREON is positioning. So they've got the advantage in terms of trading, I think, with a high Vomit Alpha. Even though they might not be in optimal range with those ER Meads, they're still going to have that peek and poke gameplay available to them versus this UAC 10, UAC 5 spread damage type stuff.
Yeah, but it's not like you can peek and poke a direwolf fast.
No.
I think, well, they got to read the room here. They don't want to get in range of those LPLs. It's Gauss versus PPCs. I don't think any team has an advantage. I think if they do move in,
Yeah.
no team.
That mid-range Vomit is going to tear up whoever tries to push because the push is just going to be slow when these these Kodiaks are not fast. But
I just don't think that. Oh, Gatto taking a huge burn. I think that this low ground shields the view of a lot of like hitting these direwolves in the CT. I think this match is going to go to Eon.
yeah, I favor
I think
their.
Surratt just needs to get in range to get some kills.
Yeah,
to secure the win.
It's going to be hard to get the push here, but they are going to need to make the push Skyrange of Terra. And you don't want to bleed off too much armor before making that push, because that...
They need to go down to where Apostle Burke is. The whole team needs to shift down to where Apostle Burke is. Oh, it's like they've heard me. And they need to go around into these buildings and just get in closer. And then pick off, like, Lizzie, whoever's on the furthest right.
Percentages are favoring EMPYREON right now, but there's nothing open on Skyrange of Terra.
They need to go to where Apostle is.
Yeah, that's a good push angle. Apostle's got a good push angle here.
He's gonna eat it if he goes
he
in
can't
that corner.
peek that corner. No, he's got to know better.
He's going to, because the rest of his team's just hold up.
Oh man,
God.
side torse is open
there it is.
instantly. 67%. That was a peek into 2 mechs, I believe. But the
That
firepower on these assaults
CT
is just so
and
high.
left torso. They need to go down and go right where he went.
You can't stand back and trade. The rug goes to faster.
No.
Has 3 RPPC
They found
in
him,
an
and
Overwatch
they're
position. That's
Hmm.
okay. There's
Drop
some damage
strikes
coming
and
out here.
such.
85% on one of the direwolves from Old Haas.
Yeah, but that DACA needs to be in
And nothing's open.
DPSing. The DACA needs to be DPSing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So Chico is the one they need to target on the left. They need to look left, get Chico. I don't think they're going to get a kill here.
They only need a couple of kills to pick up the match win here, Skyrange of Terra. If they can just find their target, pick one out, get that kill.
Old Hasu is out there. They're just shooting off.
Gadolinium's walking through the open alone, not taking that much return fire at the moment. Old Haas is going to be able to pull the cover from where they're situated. Zella now in front. Should be Zealot's going to go down here in a second. There we go. First kill on the board is Apostle Burke. Now, they are pushing for the kill on Old Haas. If they can secure this kill, that is going to be a big deal for them. Old Haas is down, so we have a kill for Skyrange of Terra. They need one more kill to pick up the win. Currently, this will be a tie if they end up losing with only one kill.
Get Lizzie. If you can turn around and get Lizzie.
Yeah, Gadolinium, probably the only player with the opportunity here to pick up a kill.
Gatto needs to go to the right. Go to the right, Gatto. God.
They're looking left, and they're getting pushed from behind.
Oh, he's going the wrong way. Wrong mech. Wrong.
Last mech is embarrassing. No, did not pick up the kill. This is going to be a tie. And tie in terms of points. So Skyrange of Terra just didn't find the angle, didn't find the kills on their push here.
It's tied. It's tied. Now we see the slowest.
Well, there's not very many cap points taken here, so we don't have to worry about watching direwolves try to walk around capping the map. Oh, there's some team damage being farmed here. I want to be careful on that.
Chico takes his leg.
Yeah. So any kill here would give the Skyrangers of Terra the win. Any team kill
Unless he
here.
wants to so bad. He's got Chico lined up in his sights.
Yeah.
The enemy has
Okay, there we have it.
resources. We failed.
So EMPYREON picks up the win. A couple of heavily wounded mechs walking at the end. Skyrangers of Terra not being able to pick up the kills that they needed. Just going to get the score updated here. Make sure that the math is done correctly.
Is he farming? Gatto securing the 1 kill that gets the tie.
Yeah, so 40 points on each team, assuming that I've entered everything correctly into the spreadsheet.
That's correct.
I don't know what the tiebreakers are here. I think it might be kill points as the tiebreakers, in which case
Kill points goes to
that would go to Skyrangers of
Srot.
Terra. But if it is
Yep.
match wins, then it would go to EMPYREON. So I'm not sure which is the primary tiebreaker.
I'm not sure either.
But either way, well played from both teams. Close match. We've got another match coming up right after this one. We'll probably want to start getting that set up, start inviting players to the lobby. So we're looking to bring
I
in
got it.
Goss Peeps is one team lead and GRAM is the other team lead. And Clutch is going on to team 1 with EQ onto team 2. So thank you to both EMPYREON and Skyrangers of Terra letting us stream their game here for everyone today. Thank you to the viewers for watching. But we're on to the next teams right shortly here.
Go ahead and invite them there, Alex. I'll put you back on team 1. Get him in here.
Yeah, okay, I can do that. Are they even on my friends list? I'll get them in.
All right, to reset the score sheet. Going back to Liao. $10 Liao skirmish and no enhancements. There we go.
I'm going to start messaging here.
Yeah, Srot's got to feel good about that, though. Going in time with those players, or against those players.
Oh, we have an issue. Goss Peeps has no power, apparently, so we are... we need to invite backup captain. Each team has 2 captains listed. That's convenient.
Who's that?
A Colonel David Renard. Not familiar with the player. Might be a rename. Might be someone newer to
What's
come.
what's the spelling on that?
COLONEL and then space DAVID space RENARD. I've sent a friend request to them, so
I just sent one out as well. All right, I've got GRAM in. Just a
Great.
second. And Colonel David Redder waiting on him. believe EQ is team 1, so
Actually, I've got it. I'll check that, but no, Clutch is team 1.
oh, okay. There we go. Just waiting on rendered.
Sent it for an invite. I don't see them on my list yet, though. Maybe I spelled something wrong. I will try again.
Send him a DM. Just changing from the first. In the first match, EMPYREON and Esrot dueling it out, and the match ended with a tie. Almost a close win by Esrot on kills. But at the end of the day, Eon was able to pull out the decisive win on the last match. Oh, it's 2 blanks after Colonel. There we go. So there's 2 blanks after Colonel between Colonel and David Renard. That's why we weren't getting him.
Okay, so there's I was copying
So
and
I'm
pasting
inviting him
directly
now,
out of,
and I'll move you back to spec.
Okay.
And there he is.
Oh. Okay. I think I'm all set on my end now. Oh, I need to do the stream title.
Looks like it's going to be GRAM versus the Gaul here. And we're ready.